Well, remember when number 20 Texas Tech women's basketball beat number 15 Baylor by 31 points? I warned them about the upcoming game against Colorado. Well, the upset occurred. Number 20 Texas Tech women's basketball lost to Colorado 75 to 68. I apologize for looking at it because I cannot memorize all this stuff. This is huge in terms of the Big 12 standings now and NCAA tournament seeding down the line. This helps Colorado solidify for the NCAA tournament chances. They're 11-5 in the Big 12, 20-8 overall, while Texas Tech drops down to 24-5 overall, 11-5 in the Big 12. So it would be interesting if Baylor were to lose the TCU. I would think they would beat Kansas State at home, though Kansas State is playing a lot better ball. What will really happen in terms of the tiebreakers, to say the least? It'll be interesting, but it's a TBD. We have to wait and see what the conference tournament bracket really looks like at the very end of the day. Colorado was up at halftime, 40 to 37. Texas Tech scored 31 points in the second half, but the crazy thing is they only scored 9 points in the fourth quarter. Colorado had 35 points in the second half, including 22 in the fourth quarter. But there's obviously more to the game than that. That's why I'm going to go with the last minute of the game. This is besides the stats. And sometimes, whenever you had a game where everything goes your way, but offensively, defensively, the following game is a letdown. This could have been the case, but we'll have to determine that by the stats, of course. So around 51 seconds left, Texas Tech get a call timeout. And Texas Tech was down 71 to 68. Jim Bristow turned the ball over around 18 seconds left. Colorado called timeout. But Anel Duhat turned the ball over. Jim Bristow got the steal. James Messigallo from Colorado fouled around 46 seconds left. Hema Nunez turned the ball over around 33 seconds left. Anel got the steal. Snow Collins fouled around 27 seconds left. And Anel went to the line for Colorado, made both free throws to make it 73 to 68. Snow Collins missed a three around 16 seconds left. Colorado got the defensive board. They called a timeout. Foul was called on Hema Nunez around 13 seconds left. Desiree Roonin went to the line, made both free throws to make it 75 to 68. Texas Tech called timeout. Bailey Maupin missed a three around 10 seconds left, and James Gallo got the defensive board, and they just dribbled out the clock. This is the same Colorado team, guys, that beat TCU. So remember that. This was a dangerous game when I saw one. And they pushed Baylor at Baylor, too. Baylor only won by 4 points. Texas Tech shot 58% from the field on 45 attempts, so the offense was not the problem. In terms of shooting-wise, 54% on threes on 13 attempts, 90% on free throws on 10 attempts. They only had 17 rebounds in the game? That's an extremely low number when I see one. 3 of those offensive? 14 assists? You did have 17 turnovers, which is not a good number. 9 steals, 9 blocks, 17 fouls. How many points off the bench? None of Collins had 13, which she's like a double-digit scorer. And Jane Malone had 8 points. Cindy Love had 2, so there's 23 bench points right there. And 3 double-digit scorers that combined for Jalen Bristow had 18 points. Bailey Maupin had 12. That's 30. Plus 13 from Snow Collins. That's 43 points right there. And 2 players scored 6 more points this game. Serengab Sanago had 8 points. And I already mentioned Jalen Malone with 8. So 16 points right there. Colorado had how many bench points? Logan Greer had 15 points in this game. And she was close to a double-digit score. And then Desiree Roonin did 16 points at 31 bench points already, plus 3 from Ariana Gooden with 3. So, yeah, that's 31. 34 bench points, 4 double-digit scores combined for. And now Duhat had 13 points. Diana Walker had 14. That's 27, plus 31 already. Yeah, 27 plus 31. That's 58 points right there. And 2 players scored 6 points this game. And James Messigallo is usually a double-digit scorer. She only had 7 tonight. And to beat the Betson had 7 points, but usually she's 5 points. And Colorado had made half of their shots on 54 attempts. 38% on threes on 13 attempts. 84% on free throws on 19 attempts. 32 rebounds. 15 offensive. 13 assists. Now, 19 turnovers, that's way too much, but Texas Tech does that to you. They use the press so much. 12 steals. 2 blocks. 11 fouls. Now I'm going to go to the points on turnovers, points in the paint, and fast break points as well. Now, points on turnovers definitely favor Colorado in this game, 27-18. Fast break points favor Colorado, 8-2. Points in paint were even, though, 28 apiece. What's remaining of the schedule? This is besides the Big 12 tournament, and we'll have to wait and see what the seeding looks like down the line. Because what if Baylor wins out, then it comes down to head-to-head. Colorado will get that 4 seed instead of Texas Tech, potentially. We'll have to wait and see, though. Well, I did warn him about this game, and I did warn him about the on the road to Kansas, February 25th. They're fighting for the NCAA tournament lives, and they nearly beat TCU at home. You can't sleep on them. And then you got Arizona State at home March 1st, and Arizona State plays hard. I'm just saying that right now. They pushed Baylor at Baylor. Yeah, I'm just making the truth right there. And then Colorado, what's the remaining 2 games? You got Utah at home. They're coming off of a loss today to BYU, and that could hurt them for their NCAA tournament lives, potentially. And then, February 24th, and you got on February 28th, you got to go over to BYU. You can't sleep on them. Yeah, I know they're not doing great in terms of like the resume for the NCAAs, but that's a good team right there. So we'll have to wait and see what happens from here. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe, and see you guys later on the road to any score. So ultimate goal is 1,000 more. Somebody might discourse like video. Comment video really helps YouTube background. Some more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well. Some more people could watch, and if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.